Okay, so I think I know where that penis hairstyle from the last Airbender movie probably came from now. I didn't see it in this episode, but I get a feeling it's with this one character. I could be wrong. It's the princess character in this, but I don't know. The picture I saw, we'll see. What a weird way to start. So anyway, this is, they finally make it to, that joke was funny and made me cry, huh? Finally get to the North Pole in this episode. Was it the Waterbending Master, right? The Waterbending Master. They finally get to this place. Oh, good lord, it was taking forever. They finally get there. They find this. It's a great, really cool layout. It sort of reminds me of like a level from Super Mario Bros. 2, like this winter place. It's made out of like ice and snow and stuff, and it's so cool. You get to see the waterbenders open the doors and close it only the ways that a waterbender can, which is great. I'm so concerned when the Fire Nation gets there because they can melt that shit pretty fast, but nevertheless, it's a great layout of this place. It's made almost entirely out of snow and ice, and they get to this place. Finally, Aang finds a teacher, and they're all welcomed in. They're all welcome to live there, and the king shows his, Sokka, his daughter, is this princess character that, he instantly falls in love with and wants to be with. And everything seems to be going great. They even have a waterbending master who's gonna train Aang. And then Katara wants to be trained too, and he said, sorry, no girls allowed. Well, shit. So we have that going on. And it's weird because I don't like these plots because you just know how they're going to end. And this one throws a few twists in there that makes it a little bit more interesting, but it's just, come on, girl power, hey, we can do this too, we know, God. But at the same time, it's some tribes and cultures, they just have bullshit traditions, and that's still true. There's many parts of the world where men can't do certain things and women aren't allowed to do certain things, and it's bullshit now, it's bullshit whatever. So I guess it's addressing that. It just as a story I find it a little boring, but they do some interesting stuff with it. What I like, first I really like that Aang stands up and says, if you're not going to train her, then I don't want to be trained by you either. And I like also that Katara stands up and says, no, it's really important that you learn this. You need to learn this. There's a friggin' comet coming. You're the Avatar. You're the last one who can do this. You need to learn this. And again, them showing much more responsibility than the teacher. If the teacher had any thought, I mean, he would be like, oh, wait, this guy who's gonna be, this little kid who's gonna be our only hope for anything, we should please him. We should really, really try and, maybe bend our traditions a little bit. So it's not that women are not allowed to waterbend in this tribe, it's that they can only use it for healing, which is good. It's awesome that they can do that, but they can't do anything beyond that. So she goes to this part where they train, they do waterbending for girls, essentially. I mean, like, little girls as well, which is kind of funny. Her just coming in, just going, already knowing she's kind of behind, but it's good to learn the healing aspect too. I don't like it when it's always like, this person will heal, and oh, what, they can't fight or anything? It's like, what the fuck's wrong with healing? You are bringing people back to life. You are saving lives. If anything, it's much better than destroying a life. There's no less strength in either of them. You both take great respect and responsibility, so... but granted, I know what they're saying. That's usually, goes to the women, like that's all they can do, and of course that's bullshit. So we have this going on, and she shares the story with one of the healers there about a grandmother and how she used to be a part of the tribe, and that comes in later. Obviously, ends up saving everything. What happens is that, which I like this idea they came up with, where Asaka says, well, if Aang's being taught how to do this, why doesn't Aang just teach Katara? And they're like, yeah, it's a great idea. And I'm like, yeah, that is a great idea. I'm surprised I didn't think of that either. That's actually a really wonderful idea. And how come nope, nobody else in the town has thought of this. Again, I guess it's the culture, like men and women in this culture, like, oh, that's how we were raised, whatever, but none of them ever did anything different like that, maybe? I don't know. I thought she was gonna go to the healing waterbenders, and then, like, they teach the healing, it's like, alright, enough of that bullshit, let's show how to actually do some whipping and some fighting and stuff, like they were secretly doing this. But nevertheless, they agreed to this idea. The teacher sees him, says, I can never teach you again, Aang. I can't teach you, guy who's going to save the world, but now I'm not gonna show you how. I don't know, it's kind of stupid, but prejudice, it's bad. So finally, you know, Katara says, no, look, this is more important. I'll submit, I'll be a good girl, I won't, you know, learn anymore how to use it as a weapon, and they want her to apologize, and she just clenches her fist, says, fuck you, man, I'm going home. Well, not I'm going home, but pretty much that you want to fight me, come and fight me, I'll be outside, which is like, dude, what are you doing? You can't win this. And she says, I know, I had to do it, which is a little odd too, but I guess maybe it falls somewhere under proving yourself or proving that women can fight. I don't know, it was sort of a weird motivation to challenge him to a fight, but nevertheless she does, and, you know, for someone who apparently has not learned waterbending, she's pretty fucking good. I mean, like, this fight that they have, I'm like, how is she? She's like maybe one step under this incredible master. What is this? I need to learn. It's like, you should be teaching half the people there. So they have this fight. It's a cool fight. I think she gets bested in the end, but then he sees her necklace that he recognized was the necklace that belonged to her grandmother, and he was betrothed to her. But then she left because she didn't have feelings for him, and he realizes, I'm gonna douche! And he decides to teach her, and that's pretty much where it ends. And on top of that, the whole betrothed thing also ties into the romance between Sokka and this princess character, who, you know, and again, everyone's always like, what's with the princess hating you and stuff like that? Here, it's justified. There's a legit king, and he's ruling things, and it's like, he has a daughter that works. That's totally legit. I don't have a problem here. So she's betrothed to someone else. Sokka finds out, but she still kind of leads him on, which is a little weird, but it's still cute. It's a cute romance. Of course, it doesn't look like it's gonna stop there. I mean, I'm sure they're gonna do more with it. It pretty much ends with her saying, you know, I'm engaged, and runs off. So I'm sure there's gonna be more with that. But it was still good. I'm glad they finally got to this place. I was kind of hoping, like, the chase aspect is great, and I actually don't mind if it keeps going, but, you know, at some point, you're gonna get a little tired of it. You want them to reach their goal. I was starting to get a little tired of it, and then they reached just in time. They reached their destination. So I like that. It's good timing, that they finally got to this place. And it ends with Aang and Katara both learning the waterbending from this master. In one day, he turns around on all this tradition. I don't know. But it's still good. It's good because the characters still stick up for each other. They still really hold their values very close to them, and they stand up for what they believe is right, and they stand up for their friends, and they do it in circumstances we can understand. We can understand Aang saying, if you're not gonna train her, you don't train me. That's a very mature thing to do. And her saying, no, it's more important, you can be trained, I'll be left out. That's a very mature thing to do. But both of them are still trying to find what's the right, proper way to handle this. You know, how can we still do what's ethically right? You know, because this is bullshit. So it's good. It's still a good episode. I loved seeing this this North Pole place, which looks really great. So it was a good episode, and oh my god, how many? We're almost done with the first season. I think we have 2 episodes here left. So it says a part 1, part 2, so I'll probably just do that as 1 episode again for the next one. If anything, to make up for the 2 or 3 that I missed. This past week, I didn't give you some for 2 or 3 days, and people burned down buildings and shit, so, with their firebending. Regardless, I will see you in that next episode. Until then, take care.